Somebody left me a comment when I said Stephen Pearcy, reunite RATT, and it got me thinking. And I'm not going to say the guy's name, but if you go to the video, Stephen Pearcy, reunite RATT, you can see it there. And his point was that Stephen wants to keep all the money, or most of it. And it got me thinking, you got a guy like Johnny Monaco, for example, who I've got nothing but respect for, fourth replacement guitarist or fifth or sixth. I don't know if enough's enough. You got the Italian bald guy that's been with Stephen forever. I don't know his name. You've got the drummer who I don't know who that is. And then you've got a bass player, I'm sure, somewhere. And these are people that are probably very good musicians, but I don't even know their names. And I couldn't pick them out, if they were standing next to me in an elevator. So the thing is, how much could they possibly be charging Stephen? How much could Stephen possibly be giving them? Like a couple $100, maybe a 6-pack of beer and a bag of Taco Bell. You know what I mean? It's not what Bobby Blotz or Drum God is going to take. It's not what bass legend Juan Crucier is going to take. It's not what guitar virtuoso Warren DeMartini is going to accept. Now, granted, these four guys have an equal partnership in RATT, but I don't know if that translates to, the take at a club show, which, by the way, if RATT was reunited, they wouldn't be playing clubs and they wouldn't be playing theaters. They would be playing stadiums. They would be playing arenas. They would be headlining festivals. But I digress. So let's say on these club tours, these, fair, like, amusement park concerts that Stephen and his band is doing, like, what could these guys possibly get? You know what I mean? Like Johnny Monaco, what's he going to get? I mean, he plays in like 50 bands, he probably plays at Hooters, one weekend, and then maybe another weekend at the casino. And then, maybe he's out there I don't know, like he's a good guitarist. He's a great guitarist. You go to his website, johnnymonaco.com, I believe it is what it is. He's got several albums worth of music, good music, highly produced. And by highly produced, I don't mean fake. I mean very, very good sounding music. And the thing about it is that, he's not like a Gino Martino. He's not a Derek Frigo. He's like the fifth replacement for Enough's Enough. That's his claim to fame. And now he's playing with Stephen because of Jason Green. I mean, because if it wasn't for Jason Green, Stephen would never have hired Johnny, because it doesn't seem like they travel in the same circles. Johnny's kind of got like this kind of like gothic. No, he's not gothic. He's hair metal, but he's kind of got like this sort of like gothic kind of like vibe to him a little bit. Enough's Enough is a hippie band. They're not. I know they got lumped in because of Fly High Michelle and New Thing or whatever with hair, but they're not. They're more of like an acid rock hippie kind of band. Howard Stern loved them. Howard Stern wasn't a big hair metal fan, if you know Howard Stern. So, they kind of just got lumped in there because of their ballad, kind of like Saigon Kick. Saigon Kick is not a hair band, but Love Is on the Way screwed them, because of that. Skid Row is not a hair band, right? But because of their ballads, they got lumped in with these hair bands. You know what I mean? So I just don't think that the lead singer of RATT, hair metal all the way, would have necessarily been in the same circles as Johnny. Johnny owes a lot to Jason Green, and Jason Green is basically a tour manager. He's a bass player, but he's basically a tour manager, and he's a very well-placed person in the industry. He's kind of like the Dana Strum of the 2020s, you know what I mean? And the reality of the matter is that he's got a show on YouTube. He's very good at that show. He asks really good questions. He prepares, and he's doing very, very well, and I'm a fan. But at the end of the day, Johnny and Stephen Pearcy's band would not be a thing if it wasn't for Jason. He was the catalyst. He was the person that brought those two guys together. And all I'm saying is, what could Johnny or the bald-headed guy or Ferrantino, I think his name is, or the drummer who I can't think of, the bass player I can't think of. I don't know if Steven's got a keyboard player or not. I don't know. I don't know. But what could they possibly be making? So the reality of the matter is, the comment that I think his name is Scott. I think. I don't want to put out his screen name, but you can go to the video, Stephen Pearcy, please reunite RATT, and it's the top comment. And I got to tell you, I honestly believe that may be a leading reason why these guys don't want to. Why did Juan suddenly not want to play with Stephen? You know what I mean? I mean, they were out there touring together, and at one point in time, it was Stephen, it was Warren, and it was Juan. Now we know why Bobby wasn't there, but Bobby, maybe he shouldn't have taken RATT alone. but nobody else was taking it. And he wanted to make money, and he wanted to rock, and he wanted to play. So if you start to think about it, was Bobby really that off? I mean, and at the time that he did that, it was WBS, and Steven was no longer a partner. So it was really just him and Warren. So really, when Bobby went out, it was just basically because Warren didn't want to. It wasn't like he went out at a time when Steven, Warren, and Juan owned the RATT name. So, but the reality of the matter is, even though Steven says him and Bobby have made peace, why haven't they played again? And it may very well be because what Steven is offering is nothing these guys are interested in. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Steven or maybe Jason can address this. But I also don't appreciate Jason, who I am a fan of, taking pot shots at Bobby and Juan. They did that on the, I think it was the Reach for the Sky album or one of those albums on the box set. They were unveiling the box set. And I don't understand why Jason feels the need to take stabs at Juan Crucier. By the way, as Jason, being a member of the RATT camp, being a tour manager or getting their coffee, whatever he's doing, helping Steven sell stuff on YouTube, getting people in his band, whatever he's doing, he does not really, in my opinion, have a right to attack founding members of RATT. I mean, you kind of have to know your place, in my opinion. It's just my opinion, Jason. But, you taking pot shots at Juan, to me, looks a little weak, man. Juan Crucier was a part of 2 legendary rock bands, Dokken and RATT. Juan was a major contributor to the lyrics and the music of RATT. Juan's voice makes Steven's voice, both of those voices together, sound like RATT. That's RATT. Steven alone is not RATT. Steven and Juan, that's RATT. That voice. I mean, even Bo Hill talked about it. That voice, those 2 guys together create the RATT voice. So, and he had undeniable stage presence. He had his moves. He had his fans. I mean, for you to take pot shots at a legend like that, to me, especially when that legend probably doesn't even know your name, is a little weak. And the fact that Steven doesn't stop you dead in your tracks is weak as well. But anyways, so maybe that's the reason why we'll never see a RATT reunion. Maybe Steven is greedy and doesn't want to share. I don't know.